Today we're going to be using Dream Maker, and I have focused more on the coordinating cardstock, just a little tiny bit on the pattern paper, and we're going to be creating this fun layout. So let's get scrapping. So I've got these pictures today that are of a party that we went to. Actually got COVID from this party. James and Nora have a friend named Emmy that they went to her birthday party, and they did this huge water fight with the adults. There was water balloons, water guns. At one point the bucket became a water bucket over a head. It was pretty fun. I stood back and did not participate. I did not have a change of clothes, and it was just nice to be able to take pictures. So I am a member. I participate in the creative design team, and I got this book. I did purchase it separately. It is their 8.5 by 11 sketchbook, and I was looking at this design and I kind of liked how it felt. The only problem I was having was I have larger pictures and I have then the smaller pictures, and so I kind of like the way that this is right here but over here. And then I looked online and I found a sketch where they did kind of in this angle right around the top corner, which would be following this triangular piece here. So I am kind of going off of this sketch to a point, just so you know. I do not believe any of these stickers will work. I was looking at Best Day, Laugh Often, Happy and Free. I just don't feel like they work because of the gold. And then I was like, oh, I could just put, a couple of these around because they're kind of cool and they're the right colors. But I just feel like I should save this for another project, which I feel like I say way more than I should. I really need to start using more stickers. So I did print up this little title, and I had to ask how her name was spelled. And I changed the font color at first to Lagoon. And I love that on programs you can go in and customize the font colors. And I have this cheat sheet. I believe I got it from the creative design team as well. I might have just gotten it online. I need to get an updated one with the new colors, but I love that I have these colors, even if they're just a starting point. So I went in and I put the Lagoon number, which is 53BCB7, in for the hex code, and it was a little too light. So then from there, I just went and I kind of grabbed some darker tones, and I like the fact that I can do that. It's really cool. So I did that for this. I went on to two different sites, Miss Kate's Cuttables and another site, and I cannot remember the name of it. The second site had these water balloons, which I thought were so cute. So I did assemble these, added a little white gel pin to them. Some of them have like some little shadowing on them, some don't. I also have 3 different water guns, and the reason why I chose to do different water guns is because everybody had a different one. It was awesome. And then these big water splats. Okay, so those are my embellishments, and I will say this took me, I was going to do this layout on Wednesday night, and I had everything ready except for this. So I spent the time yesterday cutting these out, and I assembled them today. There were so many cuts, so many layers. Oh, also, real quick, this one did not have, and nor did this one, have an easy way to be put together. So I created an offset, yes, I put pop tape on these, to help me adhere them to a piece. So whenever you download an SVG file, or even something on the Design Space, or if you're using Silhouette or any other program, and it only has like the pieces that are outlining it, it doesn't have something that makes it easy for you to assemble as a paper piecing, always go into the offset. And I actually left a little black around the edge. You can do it where there's no black around the edge, or no white, or no, whatever color you want, because you can cut this whatever color you want. Just because I had them on as black didn't mean I had to cut them as black. I decided to cut them as black because it was easier and I thought it looked better for these 2 pieces. But it really did help me out on assembling. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside real quick. And I have pre-cut these triangles. I basically took the piece of paper, folded it in half. And then I just cut it. And then I laid it on here, and I used my T-square to draw a line. And this one didn't go as well, but it's not too bad because I'm going to put a border on here. And so I was able to kind of cover up that boo-boo. And then over here, I did the same thing, and I just hand trimmed these. It was a lot easier than trying to use my trimmer, because my trimmer is, where's my trimmer? Here's my trimmer. I have the tonic trimmer, and even if you have the Fiskars that Close to My Heart has, it's not long enough to cut a 12 by 12 sheet in paper diagonally in half. You have to kind of do it in pieces, and I'm not as good at that. So I did it my way. If you have any tips, be sure and put them down below, because down there it helps me out too. Okay, so I'm going to attach these real quick, and then I will be right back. I'm also going to put this on here and trim these edges. Okay, so we'll be right back with that. So I'm really loving the feel of this now that I have it on here. I did put the connection down here and right here on this one. This one isn't as smooth as this one, but I'm planning to put the pictures this way as I had seen it on Pinterest. And over here, I'm going to kind of try to stagger some stuff. So I have this extra picture, and I'm still going back and forth if I want to include it. So I have these two pictures here. I love this. This is Emmy's mom. I cannot remember her name. She is getting James wet right here. And here he's going in for the attack. And then this is her, I want to say her aunt. And she is just getting him with a water balloon. It was hilarious. They had so much fun. So I was kind of thinking about putting this picture up here, because this is the only one I have that James is shooting at Nora, but she's not even aware that it's happening yet, which I thought was also kind of funny. So then I've got all of these. So here's Emmy. Here's Emmy and James. James and Nora right here. They're all kind of shooting at the adults. The adults really got the bad end of the stick on this one. It was hilarious. But this is what it looks like if I kind of want that. If I do that. And so it kind of looked silly to just, I didn't have another one. So that didn't really look right. So I might put that up there, or I might omit it. I just haven't decided that yet. And then we have all these bits. And I started, first off, I was going to put the water balloons up here because didn't have this picture. And then I decided I think that they should go down here somewhere. And we've got the water fight. We also have these splats that I thought were kind of fun. The only thing I did wrong was I matted this on this same paper. So this one's a little darker, this one's a little lighter. I did add some white to this one. I didn't to this one. Where is the white pen? There it is. Let me add those. I'm just going to put some little lines, just little swooshes, I guess would be the word. Oh, that one didn't do too well. Into the little petal areas of these splats. So we've got these splats. I've got to figure out that one, which I think the only thing I can really do at this point would be to do some, I don't know if I want to put Lagoon into that. Even though I'm using Lagoon Light as the background, I don't think I want to add Lagoon there. And this is the Dreammaker Lagoon coordinating cardstock. I just loved how marbly it looked and kind of watery. I did also think about putting some splats on here. I kind of don't think that's going to happen right now. I just kind of feel like there's so much going on that having splatter might be just a little too much. Oh, this one doesn't have them on it either. I thought I went around and did that. Okay, well, really quick, let's add these. My little sloppy swooshes. Could go like up there. We've got one more. So I've got 4 for each of the kids' layouts that I cut. Of course, I could cut more, but I'd prefer not to. I could put this one down at the bottom. I like a little bit of this white to show. Let's see, I can trim it, or I can just kind of put it up a little higher. Okay. interesting. Okay. I did also think about popping this a little higher. I'm not sure how I feel about that right yet. This is my least favorite of the guns. I chose to do this in Papaya and the new Limeade. Not loving that one as much, but I really like these. These were so cool. And definitely did need that background piece I cut. Okay, so we could put like one down there. Maybe the one I'm not as fond of up here, kind of tucked. And I don't necessarily want to tuck that one. We could just do that. They also had like a lot of water cuts. I didn't cut those because I was feeling like with these splats it was too much. So I don't know if I'll regret that. I haven't figured that one out yet. I also have all of these little balloons. Okay, I can move this Versamat away. And these can go, you know, like just, whoops, not at the same one, but, you know, just in little places. Okay, so I'm loving the feel over here, not necessarily of the water gun, but definitely of these. I do want to ink this. And I am going to use just the ink pad and just add a little bit of ink on that. And see if just that amount gives me that definition on there. Yeah, it does. A little bit more maybe, but big difference. You can actually see the title. Okay, perfect. So I used Glacier ink on Glacier paper just to make it a little darker. Not too much. Like I said, I didn't want to ink like the whole thing. I wanted to just kind of keep it simple. This is a kid's party. I didn't want it going into their layout like this extravagant event. It wasn't. I wanted the pictures to really showcase, but I wanted whatever embellishments I found to be about what was in the pictures. Because here's this gray bucket, so I did this in the gray in pewter, actually. I chose pewter instead of charcoal because it was lighter. The balloons I did kind of pastel-y, and that is because, let me find the picture right here. James is holding one of the balloons. They were little balloons and they were almost transparent. You could see a little tiny bit of color, but not a lot. And so I didn't want a huge, you know, flash of color on this page. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of move that one aside for a sec. And let's focus on this one. I think I want to pop some of this up a smidge. So let's just kind of move that aside for a second. And I'm going to go with these pictures and just put them right around the edge. Probably should use my T-square. I'm glad I keep this close. And I know exactly where it's at when I need it. And I'm really good about putting it back because this is a huge tool that is wonderful to use, but not wonderful to find on your desk when you have a pile. I'm just kind of visually putting these on here, trying to keep things even and looking nice. Let's kind of move this one. Kind of center it between the two. Okay. And then we've got these two pictures. You'll have to let me know what you think about moving that other picture possibly to the other page because of not having enough room right here. Or if you think I should have just like maybe gone and got a journaling tag or something to put there. Let's kind of lay that one slightly on there. And I want to put this one, I'm going to leave a little more room down at the bottom. So I just want to center this. Okay, I like that. I like the feel of this. I do like the way that that comes together. I like these overlapping. So I am just going to take a little bit of this mono adhesive and try and figure out where I had that. Kind of about there. Maybe this one I'll put on a little pop, just to kind of give it some more movement here on that. Oh yeah, I like that. Just that one is giving it just a little bit. And then I'm going to put some pop tape on a few of these little prongs. Let's see if that's, yeah, oh, this one probably needs it too. Okay. Try to toss those as I'm taking them off. I think I might take this one off, remove this, and put that so that there's double over on that side. And I think I'm just going to kind of adhere this one lower. Intermix. Oh, I am not being smart on that one. Okay. Let's kind of go there. Okay, so those are popped. And then, I know, I probably should have put some more of this on the regular back of that. I like that. I like that feel. So this one is low. These are popped up. This one is low, although it's not staying low. There we go. And this one I think is visible as possibly this one. Yeah. Don't do this the way I'm doing it if you choose to do this one. I will have links to these cut files though below. And let's see here. That looks pretty good. Let's see. I kind of want this piece up higher. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to see if that would look okay. I guess I really didn't have to take all of these off, but oh well, we'll just put some sticky on all of them. Use up this one. Keep those on there for a second. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I like that. This is definitely gives it a little more of what I was looking for. Perfect. Okay. Now, the only thing I didn't do was cut out, they had a water space, or a water like splotch down here on the bottom. I actually think I want to add some Lagoon down here for that. And let's grab this one. Okay, and I need a scrap. Just use this. Okay, and I'm going to kind of darken this, especially since I used the light. That'll make this better, without giving it too much of a whoa, there's a lot of stuff down there. So you can just see some light color coming in, and add a little bit more. It's a little bit of a line right here, so I'll need to make sure I cover that up. I love that each of these, I did get these on Amazon, have their own little holder, and it doesn't touch the bottom, and so it stays really tidy, not too messy. Okay, let's take these apart. So let's cover that up. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot better. Okay, and then we've got the, oh, tuck that under there. Yeah, it's looking cool. I'm liking it. I'm just going to do the ends on this. Leave the rest as just kind of there, especially, oh, I like that at an angle. Okay, even though the pictures aren't at angles, I didn't want to do that. I do like that that's at an angle. Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side and get those pictures down real quick. And the water splats. So let's put, let's just go 2 on this one. Opposite ones, and then add that. There. Because the picture will cover most of this one. So let's put that up as high as we can go. Keep that low. So these 2 are raised. This one is low, and these are low. And then down here, let's move those little water guns. Let's do the same. Let's go kind of every other one. This one I really like. This one and this one. So all the big ones have pop on them, or pop tape. And then we've got these little ones. Oh, thank goodness this stuff comes off, because I am probably making the worst choices right now. And I'm going to put this as low as it can go as well, with seeing this here. So these are low and these are popped up. And then this can go over the top of that. This one is going to cover, see, this one covers that junction there, and then this one is going to cover right here. It's going to cover the junction on this one. And then we've got this picture, and we still have this one. Okay, I'm going to put this one down and hope that it's straight. Yeah, I better use some guidance. Keep that straight. Okay. I'm really glad I took a step back to do the cuts for this. I think it's making a huge difference. It was looking so plain, and I really didn't have any water stuff. I had the, what was it, that sea stuff, the sea paper line that they recently had. I've still got quite a bit of that, but it wasn't giving me the same water fight feel. Okay, let's look at that. I'm liking that. I do think this picture will be okay up here. I think that works. And it's including Nora, because the only other picture I have of Nora, I think, is right here. I've got her arm right here. So yeah, this is the only really, oh, and she's the back of her head right here behind James. So I really don't have a lot of Nora on this. So we now have Nora, his sister, on there. Okay, so now we've got these water guns, and I talked about putting this one here. So I think I will do that. I'm going to take off these 2, and I'm actually going to remove this one that I put on here, because I don't want that popped up underneath the picture. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, keep that down. There's a lot of stuff there. I'm actually thinking this one over here and this one over here, mainly because I want them facing this way. I kept doing it opposite, and I don't think that that's the right way to go on this layout. So let's just take off a few of these, maybe this one, and put that right there. I like that. That looks great. I love this. Water may be coming out of that. If I do add some water to that, I will update it in the actual photos. I'm not going to go and cut the water right now, but I will show that on the blog. I think I'm just going to do that one at an angle right there. This doesn't have anything on it, and I think this would be a great place to put the date. I cannot remember the date. I know it was a Sunday. That's what I do remember. It was a Sunday. I should probably write a little on the back of the layout about how I got COVID. The kids did not get COVID. I got COVID. Jason got COVID and Miranda got COVID, but the kids did not get COVID. Too funny, right? They'd already had it a couple times, actually. We had not. This was our first bout with COVID. I hope I don't ever have to have it again. That headache was horrible. Oh, I like that with a couple of the balloons up top there, too. Okay, I'm just going to add some adhesive after I remove the little cover. These things don't work as well for me. I don't have the right hand guidance system. I used to use that ATG glue. I did like it, but I found it even worked better just like this and pulling it off rather than using the gun. I don't put the pressure right. Okay, so now we've got all these little balloons that I want to kind of scatter in places. Let's see here. What if we put... No, I don't like that. Maybe up here. So we've got a pink one. So this is Ballerina. We've got Periwinkle. We've got Sundance. I liked this better than the honey butter, even though I used honey butter on here and here. I did flip this one so it was darker. Everything else on this one is in the light, and as well as this one. I just thought that was better for the color schemes I was going for. Maybe I do like the balloons there. I'm not sure I like them just lined up. So I'm gonna try to kind of switch them around. Out of all of these balloons, I actually think the Sundance one is my favorite. Very surprised on that. I'm not usually a yellow person. I'm going to put these two together. I like the feel of them together. Okay, balloons there. Oh, and then Seabrook was the other one that I did. I kept calling it Seaside or something when I was talking with Nancy, because I can't remember things. It's a very light color, and I like it, but it gets lost in this layout. So I want to kind of anchor some other colors under it so you can actually see it. Okay, I like that. I like that. Love, love, love this. Okay, where else? I've got some more. Maybe a small grouping down here. Maybe. I'm going to leave those there for a second. I don't have any around in here. So maybe I should focus a little more over here for right now. I kind of feel like these are looking put to put, and I don't like that, but I do kind of like this one. What if I was to go up higher? Kind of run the risk of covering up people. And even though I don't know who those people are, I still want them in the pictures so that it's not just, oh, we were, you know, running around throwing water at each other and it was just a few people. It was quite a bit of people. Let's put some under this one. Okay, I'm liking that better. Lots of water balloons. There were so many. They were drenched, absolutely drenched. But everyone had an amazing time, and that is really what matters when you're having a water balloon flight. I was standing, so this is their porch, and I was standing right back here. So on some of the pictures that I took, I didn't use them because all I could see was the pole, this pole right here, and I would have like a person on one side and a couple people on the other, and I was like, well, that doesn't really look good. So a few of these pictures, actually, I I went into them on the computer and I enlarged them so that I could just have like this picture of James. I went in and I cut around so that I could have him closer and we could see him better. I'm really liking this. This is fun. This is a really fun layout. I think I do want to put those water bits. So I will put those on there and I'll just take a picture so you can see it on the blog that I put them on there. But aside from that, I'm going to call this one. This was an easy, fun layout. Aside from the whole assembling for hours of balloons and water guns. But I will have those links for those bits too, because they were really fun. Okay, well, you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming by to check out this video. I am very thankful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.